In primitive times, people didn't have a lot of free time.
The creations of humankind. First, crude tools to create, protect, and kill.
They ran by the cycle of the moon and the sun. They worked, they survived, they hunted, then they went to sleep.
Then, as more time passed, tools to farm, grow, and thrive.
But as society became more sophisticated and more complex, there were definitely more time for leisure activities.
Then, somewhere around 7000 BC, another creation. Free time! For the first moment in human history, there was a gap. A brief time away from constant work and struggle. Out of this primordial ooze spawned the greatest invention humankind has ever known. Sports! Professor Gregory Selber is an associate professor of communications at UTPA, and he's teaching a new class this semester on the history of sport, and he sees humankind's creative nature in life transitioning as smoothly as a line drive to left or a bounce pass to the basket into the world of sports.
One of the things that's always led to sports or leisure activity is this natural urge biologically toward competition, right? I mean, survival itself is a competition, and so why wouldn't that then filter into some of the things that people do in their free time, if they have more free time?
From the helium heap of various balls and sports-related objects, a few have risen to the top in the U.S. and around the world. Football, real football, baseball and basketball. But what about those outside the mainstream?
So sometimes rules change and customs change on the basis of necessity. You also find that in sports, the activities, the games themselves will change on the basis of the changing personalities of the people.
And in searching for a sport with a lot of personality, you need look no further than roller derby.
For somebody who's not familiar with the sport at all, how would you, in a nutshell, describe roller derby to someone?
It's really hard to do, actually. It's kind of fast-paced. You have people trying to kill you whenever you're the jammer trying to score points for your team. But the whole time, there's girls trying to knock you out of bounds, knock you down, and basically kill you.
And I think that it's not going to be an underground sport for very much longer. I really do, and I'm enjoying the ride on the way up because all of us that are participating in it now are really excited to see it take that flight. Is that what you want?
That's going to look awesome.
From a dimly lit rink in Weslaco to the State Farm Arena, where a basketball court has become a battleground for perhaps one of the oldest human sports, people arguing and throwing things at each other. More affectionately known as dodgeball. Shall we start with the 5 Ds?
5 Ds of dodgeball. Dodge, dip, dive, dodge.
Perhaps no weird sport exemplifies some of our most basic ancestral traits and characteristics of survival of the fittest. Our side against theirs.
In 3, 2, 1.
It's fun, man. It's active, and you get to kind of be like a kid throwing things around, but in a fun, competitive way. So you get into it. You get fired up.
In part 2, we'll continue to explore the weird world of sports and find an answer to the age-old question, what makes a sport a sport?